Dear Americans, hard no on what's going on around here. This is not about a choice that I'm here. I'm here because this is my destiny path. There's a story behind that. When you have a destiny path and the calling is somehow you need to get Americans to understand that there is no superior race, no superior gender, no superior religion, no superior ideology, and that everybody is the same equal energy. Many of you are religious and educated, then you should know that. You should know when the stop button was pushed on life as we knew it in America, around the world. This was not something that the Democrats cooked up, so pull a fast one on Trump. I had just moved from Asia after 10 years of living there. There was some crazy shit that happened in Asia. I mean, you had like these big, huge dinosaur lizards coming into your neighborhood, or floods or power outs or whatever. I just really thought Corona was one of those over there things. When my friends started telling me, oh my God, they're shutting school down and all that, I was thinking, oh, well, thank God I live here in America. That shit doesn't happen here. I was back in my hometown for the first time in decades. I'm back to the hometown, so pretty, Annapolis, Maryland. My friends that I went to school there, they were still there. Their kids way older than mine because I'm a late bloomer. Yeah, the energy had definitely shifted. I didn't know that much about what was going on here politically or socially or anything else, even though I was wildly warned against coming here by almost every great friend that I met when I was an expat around the world, in Asia, in England, in Europe, in all around. And Americans would say to me all over the place, like, I will never come back to America. No, it's too crazy. I don't want my kids to grow up like that. I do not want them to be in dangerous situations with school shootings. There's so much racism and anti this, anti LGBTQ, anti everything. And it's crazy there. You're like, it's not the same. You are going to fool yourself if you go there. We came here through a series of causes and effects. Not so crazy that we are at this place right now. I don't blame anybody, but I think that we need to just take a minute and pause. Just think about it. 248 years is not that long to be here. Okay. We have this great, amazing country that I grew up in and that I fell in love with, so much so I don't have blinders on. I mean, it's not about blinders. It's that I knew deep down inside that the soul of this nation and the goodness of these people would never get us into a situation like this with Trump. I mean, and Elon, this kind of mentality, this is what we're going to go through. We're going to tear the whole thing down because we don't like brown people and we're scared of eating the dogs and cats. This can't be real. This cannot be real. We need to check in with ourselves. And I'm going to ask you, especially white women. I know the LGBTQ, brown, Muslim, all these people, they already know that it's not fair, that Americans don't actually hold these truths to be self-evident. What I need is for white women, my generation, millennial generation, any generation, all of us, we need to stand up because we've never actually, or I haven't been here for a long time, but in my understanding, unless you're part of the feminist movement or something like this, we need white women to stand up now. 9/11 happens. Other things happen. People started becoming skeptical of each other. All of this stuff. And now Black Lives Matter. And there's more Black people in white spaces. And this is making white people very uncomfortable. I wrote a book during COVID and I was interviewing a diverse group of women from all different kinds of backgrounds, except for Black women who were like, honey, white women are never going to change. They think white women, like, good luck to me, they said. Good luck. I'm here not to put you down, but to tell you that you need to check in with yourself because you have so much power and you're allowing whatever your political side is to tell you what is right and wrong, even though you know that this is wrong. The world is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and 333 million people, a melting pot of diversity in America. There's no way that white can be the 80% of the race anymore. And your color, your race doesn't matter. It's a construct. It's a social construct that they made up in the colonial times. Basically, when America was discovered, even though energetically the indigenous were here since 1000 BC, before Christ, indigenous. Maybe there could have been 18 million of them. By the time the Declaration was signed, there was only 600,000 left. This means that, and energy never dies, that the Black community, since that story, that was the first story, the original story in 1000 BC. Then we have in the 1500s, many millions of slaves brought over from Africa. We know what happened there. It was horrific. It was inhumane. It was traumatic. It was abuse, mental, physical, spiritual abuse for a long time. We cannot be okay with that anymore today. Not anymore in 2025. I don't care if those people made a bloody Project 2025 book. It's bullshit. The women need to dig deep, because when you step into your own power and think, check in. How much do you really care? How racist are you really? I mean, are you racist, or would you say, no, I'm not racist? The white women that I've talked to have just said, yeah, it's a shame, but America's so divided, acting like it's about politics. Sacred words in the creed is like the soul of the nation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. If we do not align with those words, and this means an energetic shift within each and every American. And if you really don't want to, if you're really gung-ho on racism and white is the superior race and I love the patriarchy and Project 2025 is my team, okay, go be on that team. Be on it. But it's ridiculous. We need to move forward. We need to move forward in a new way, in a different way. And if we do not, and we can do it. This is not a criticism. I'm just saying you can deconstruct. It's not even your fault. It's not even your fault. I mean, your parents, their parents, grandparents. I grew up here for a short time, I'd say like in the 70s and 80s. That was a very window of time. But I don't have like hundreds of years of systemic racism flowing through my brains or, in my system. Go watch Jane Elliott when she did that experiment after Martin Luther King was killed. And she did this blue eye, brown eye experiment. And so these ones are the better ones. These ones are the smart ones. These ones are the, whatever they, and those children did really, really well. The ones who were said that they were better. And then the other ones did worse. It's a psychological thing. The energy has to shift here. Most importantly, because know it or not, diversity is our superpower. I've been privileged and lucky and honored enough to be around many Black women lately who are fierce, entrepreneurs, creative, intelligent, and I'm all about the energy. They are not waiting to be your friend. They honestly don't really care. It's not about that. It's about understanding that we're all equal and that we each bring different things to the party. And if we can embrace our superpower, our diversity is our superpower. And look what's happening. Project 2025, trying to tear everything down, trying to end the American story because they never wanted us to have the tools to embrace our superpower. They set it up like this so that we would all be separate, that we would all hate each other, that they don't hate you. I mean, nobody hates each other. But it's like, why can we not be curious about the other? Just be curious. It's not that hard. I'm not judging anybody. I completely, 100%. I grew up with you. I had sleepovers with you. I laughed with you. I had fun with you. And now I have to say, white women are the scariest people to me because I don't know where I stand. I don't know what's real and what's fake and this. And I don't want to find out in 6 months' time that you're anti-gay or anti-Black or whatever. I have a Black friend. Just kidding. No, I have a gay brother and a gay best friend. That's That's true. I think we need to lighten up. Now, why are we taking it so seriously? That girl who does those little press announcements, no, no, President Trump, blah, 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 blah. It's so crazy. It's insane. Do we understand what's happening? Is insane that this guy who's rounding up immigrants, and they're not criminals, by the way, they're just happy to be here, wanting to get away or wanting to start a new life or wanting to have an American dream, like it said, like my parents did. I don't know. I don't know. I think everybody's got to dig deep right now because this is a national emergency. And if Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the people who want to stand with that, you want a national divorce? I say the people who want America to change from the way it is to the way it can be and wants to pivot with I am Pivot 180, we need to we need to to do this energetically. Now I'm going to invite my old friends and my new friends or my neighbors or whatever to try to deconstruct what systemic racism is there. I've heard Black speakers and reverends speak about that growing up Black in America is like being in a situation of domestic abuse. And what I see right now with all the people believing, blindly following, and doing all this is domestic abuse too. It's just covert. You didn't see it. You didn't see it because they didn't want you to see it. Time to reconnect to your true nature, your true essence. And because you were there before when you were a kid and you didn't have any problems and you lived in a bubble and you didn't see anybody else and there was no diversity and life was perfect and you're all nostalgic for this time. That's when you were connected to your true authentic self. And just because you were also cut off from the rest of the world. I mean, I was here. I didn't care about anything when I was here. I wasn't thinking about what's happening in China or in New Zealand. No, didn't think that. Dreamed to be like in America and stay in America and be like my friends and always have that familiarity of this home and this place where you could come to and it would be home. I moved in the middle of 7th grade. That was the longest I ever lived anywhere. I've been moving around. So I am I'm global. I'm global. And I understand that when I meet white women now, white women are this, not all. I like the ones at the dog park, but the ones in the like fancy neighborhoods, like the ones I live in, I don't know. They don't know where to place me. I don't fit in their box and I don't want to fit in a box. And I did not come here and choose here to be here to make friends. I came here because the universe was showing me the way. There's another story. I'm not going to get into it right now, but you have to understand that when I knew that I would find my path, this is part of the destiny path. So I'm not trying to make friends. I'm here on a mission, and the mission is to let everybody know that we are all equal. And this whole thing is very old fashioned and it is outdated, and you're going to hurt so many people and yourselves. You're going to hurt yourselves too. Embrace your superpower. I know, like, oh my God, how can I like a Muslim, or how can I be friends with Black people, or like, I don't know, whatever. They don't want to be friends with you. It's about abundance. It's about abundance, and what can we do? We're gonna actually have to heal what's going on here, because it's not fair for any, like, this covert abuse. You didn't see it. I think that's maybe even worse. I've been in a situation like that where I had no idea. It's even worse because you trust the system, you trust all this stuff, but they've been like puppeteering you around. That's not fair. I wouldn't like that. And I know a lot of my friends, I mean, my kids are younger, but your kids, I know a lot of them you're becoming empty nesters and stuff like this. And it might be fun time for a new project. It doesn't hurt anybody to step into your own power and to reconnect to who you authentically are. It really is your birthright to do so. And I'll tell you, everything is going to shift. All this anxiety and the fear about the other, all that stuff is going to be lifted. You're going to deconstruct all the stuff. You're going to feel lighter. It's going to be easier, like how it felt when we were growing up here. I think we should do that. And then we can connect with all the people who already know that we're on the wrong path, because this is an energy thing. I'm all about the energy. I don't care about politics. I do care about people and their stories and their backgrounds and their races. And I do see color, but I think it's beautiful. I mean, I always say never too rich, never too thin, never too tan. I wish I was black all the time. But anyway, this is not about black and white or whatever. It's about superiority and inferiority. It's about not understanding that we are all equal energy, that actually we all stem from the same divine source energy. That's God, divine source energy, something bigger out there. As I don't care what religion, I'm just talking about nature and our creator, our creator. Why does he have to be a boy? I think it's a girl. Divine source energy. That's what I think. I'm gonna go like that. And I'm not gonna like sell you on anything, but if you are spiritual or religious or like want to think that you're a good person, then be a good person. Connect to yourself. I'm sure that many of you are good people. I'm sure most of you are good people, but so are the immigrants that they're like throwing out like that and talking about in such a way. I mean, this what happened with Zelensky. All of these things is just, it's abhorrent. It's abhorrent. I just heard also today about an LGBTQ asylum seeker. There was an immigration lawyer, but he just went missing. He just went missing. Oh, why? Because LGBTQ, we can't handle that. We can't handle that here in this big old country, America. I think we can handle it. I think everybody's minding their own business, and it's not for you to judge. Let our creator be the judge of that, because I don't think that our creator cares about the form of anything. Our creator is more concerned with, are we becoming the person that we are meant to be in this life? Are we on our right path? Are we living the life we want to live? Are we living the life that we're capable of? Can we do more? I really want America to wake up. It's not about woke. It's about wake in the present. Awake, awaken, be awake-ish. I don't know. I don't know what to do, but this is not okay. Please do not let this happen. Do not let this happen. And it's going to have to be, we all need to get together and just know for ourselves that it's not acceptable. I don't know. Figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. And since there are no rules, I'm just going to, and it's so crazy out there, I'm just going to throw my crazy in with this crazy and then get the ball rolling.